Hey everybody, I'm Brandon72Mo. Welcome to another update to my 99 car, $65 million garage tour. If you want to see your own garages featured on my channel, send a tweet at Brandon72Mo with the hashtag garage tour. This is the second half of my latest garage tour update. If you haven't already watched the first half that I posted yesterday, make sure that you check it out. It features a lot of great cars worth roughly $3.4 million. That video also gave a quick peek at all the cars that I got rid of to make room for everything that you're seeing in these update videos. Today, we'll take a look at 11 more cars that are worth roughly $14.7 million. At the end of this video, I'll also show you a quick peek at all of my garages. If you enjoy this video, please drop a like and get subscribed. Now, let's get to the cars. Up first is the Bravado Redwood Gauntlet. The Gauntlet is a car that I have wanted to love since I first started playing GTA 5. I like the looks of the car a lot. I like the sound that its engine makes. I even like the way that it drives. It has good acceleration, a nice top speed, and it handles fairly well. In fact, if memory serves me right, the Gauntlet was the first car that I owned when I started playing GTA Online. Yet, there's something about it that makes it difficult for me to hold on to. I kept the rare NPC modified version of the car for a long time because, well, it was rare. I have the race car version because it was free and, well, I needed it for a video. But I'm just not sure how long I'll keep it. Why? I really don't know. But there's just something about this car, something that I can't quite put my finger on, that prevents it from becoming a guaranteed keeper. Up next is the Bravado Sprunk Buffalo S. Like every race car variant of stock cars, the Sprunk Buffalo S is ever so slightly better than its stock counterpart. And like all of the race car variants except the Pisswasser Dominator, this car isn't going to win any races. In fact, in the sports class, it's only ranked 22nd out of 37 cars around the track, and it's 27th in terms of top speed. Given its poor performance, I honestly prefer the stock car over this race car version. But there is one redeeming factor to this car. Unlike half the race car variants, the Sprunk Buffalo S actually has a ton of customization options available in Los Santos Customs. Still, since the livery isn't removable, I'll most likely sell the Sprunk version and just go back to owning a regular Buffalo S. The third vehicle is the Vapid trophy truck. Of all of the vehicles that were released with cunning stunts, the two off-road trucks were the ones that I was most excited about. They promised and delivered some outrageous off-road capabilities and high performance. Around the track, the trophy truck comes in second, but only by about a tenth of a second. And its top speed is beat only by the Bifta and the Brawler. The trophy truck growls to life when you start it, and it roars down the roads and trails. And as I mentioned, this thing is great off-road. It can power up any incline, and its race suspension allows it to make massive jumps and land without any bounce or drama. Of course, its ability to shed body panels is also quite well known, but at least it still looks pretty cool when it's reduced to its frame. There's just one problem with the trophy truck though, and we'll talk more about that when we get to the desert raid. The Obey Omnis is number 4 in this update to my $65 million garage tour. A good friend of mine is an amateur rally racer who competes in a heavily modified classic Audi Quattro. When I showed him the Omnis of GTA Online, he wanted to get the game for himself. It's that good. Its numbers can be a little deceiving, however. Around a regular asphalt racetrack, it ranks way down at 17th, and it's only 28th in top speed. Where it shines, however, is when the road ends and the dirt begins. It pretty much doesn't lose any speed off-road, making it a highly competitive car for sports class races that have dirt tracks. One thing to note about this car, and well, most of the Cunning Stunts cars, is that its stock spoiler does not give a traction increase. Even though it seems silly, taking the stock spoiler off actually gives the Omnis a traction boost, as does that comically massive wing that you can buy for it. Up next is the Vapid Desert Raid. Like the trophy truck, this thing is a badass. If bikes were excluded from off-road races, this would be the reigning champ. It and the trophy truck are more than 2 seconds quicker than any other off-road class vehicle. They don't have the highest top speed, but they do have massive amounts of traction and breakneck acceleration to get you moving. But as I mentioned earlier, it shares a problem with the trophy truck. Both of these trucks are just too similar in terms of performance and function. Because of that, it's really hard to justify owning both of them. They both make a great noise, They both look really good in their own way, and they are both a ton of fun to drive. So how do you choose between the two? Well, you can see from this video that I haven't yet been able to solve that problem. I know that I won't keep both the Desert Raid and the trophy truck, but I have no idea which one I'll keep and which one I'll sell. But one of them has to go, and when it does, I'll have room to buy another Vapid Guardian, because I really miss that truck. Number 6 is the Lampadati Tropos Rallye. This car lives up to its name by being unbelievably good in the dirt. Seriously, if you haven't tried this car on a dirt road, you should go do it right now. Or well, wait, watch the rest of this video, then go do it. You will be blown away by how well it holds on when the dirt roads get twisty. Not only does it drive great, it looks really good doing it. Those pop-up headlights give the car a lot of character, the rear-mounted engine is perfect, and those massive tires are amazing. The car does understeer quite a bit on pavement if you're not accustomed to it, but once you master its unique handling, there's not much that you can't do with this impressive little car. Out of all of the cars from the Cunning Stunts DLC, this is one of the few that I actually recommend buying. Before we move on to the next 5 vehicles in this video, I want to remind you that you can have your own garages featured on my channel by sending a tweet at Brandon72Mo and including the hashtag GarageTour. I'm an absolute gearhead, so I love looking at and talking about cars. If you enjoy cars as much as I do, I'd love to feature your garages. Also, keep an eye out for an upcoming video in this series featuring all of my Pegasus vehicles, as well as further updates to my garages as I get new cars. If you want to see all of those vehicles, keep those likes coming. Next up is the Declasse Drift Tampa. Okay, what the fuck, Rockstar? You put drift in the name of the damn car, then you make it all-wheel drive so it's difficult to actually drift? Jesus, your company must be full of stunning cunts to come up with a vehicle like this. I was really excited about the Drift Tampa before it came out. The shots of it in the Cunning Stunts trailer looked amazing. I was imagining a muscle car that, like the other race car variants, would be a better performing version of the stock Tampa. And I happen to love the stock Tampa, by the way. But the Drift Tampa got put into the sports class for some lame-ass reason, where it is not competitive at all. It's ranked an embarrassing 24th around the track and 27th out of 37 in top speed. This thing has been one huge expensive disappointment. I will not hesitate to sell this worthless hunk of tin the first moment something better comes along. Hell, I might just sell it even before then. Our next vehicle is the Ocelot Links. Here's another, what the fuck, car if ever there was one. This is a sports car that costs nearly 5 times as much as the top performing sports cars, yet it comes in 20th around the track. Okay, well fine, at least it's tied for 3rd in top speed. But why does it do so horribly in a race and even in the lobby? Because it's unpredictable. 1 minute it'll oversteer, and then the next it'll understeer. And both happen without any seeming rhyme nor reason. This thing is just another huge disappointment when it comes to performance. And it is way, way, way overpriced. Rockstar seriously needs to drop a 0 off the end of the price and give everyone who bought the Lynx a refund. Still, it's a pretty car, it makes a nice noise, and it does have quite a few customization options. If you buy one, just be ready for a car that looks much better than it drives. Number 9 is the Emperor ETR1. The 3 supercars that were released in Cunning Stunts absolutely ruined that racing class. Before they came along, there were 8 different supercars that you could enter in a race and be competitive with. Now, there's only 3. So those millions of dollars that you spent on T20s and X80 Protos have been flushed right down the crapper. Still, I really like the ETR1. It's the 2nd fastest supercar around the track, and it's very stable in the corners. I also dig its unique looks and its engine sound. I do think it's pretty funny though that Rockstar made a car for GTA Online that is based on a car from another video game, Gran Turismo. I'm talking, of course, about the Lexus LF LC Vision Gran Turismo. Sure, Lexus has gone on to make a concept LC, but the ETR1 takes a lot of styling cues from the car in Gran Turismo. Oh well, the ETR1 is still a really good car, but when it comes time to make space, it'll probably be the supercar that I say goodbye to. It's not a bad car, but I like the next 2 cars much, much more. Number 10 is the Anise RE7B. This car is completely utterly, ridiculously OP. And I love it. If you saw my Cunning Stunts DLC analysis video, then you saw my friend Rocket racing in one of these. He makes a pretty big mistake halfway through the race, but then comes back to take second thanks to the RE7B's blistering top speed. This car just goes and goes and goes and goes, leaving literally every other land vehicle in the game in its dust. Of course, part of that speed is due to a glitch in the game, so if Rockstar decides to fix that, this car could be slowed way down. And of course, if you saw my most recent Will It Off-Road video, you know that this thing also surprisingly can go right up Mount Chiliad. I was blown away. It's definitely the quickest land vehicle around the track, but it has a huge learning curve to be truly competitive with it. Once you learn the ropes though, its unending grip in the corners, coupled with that impressive top speed, will make you tough to beat. And finally, the 11th car in the second half of this update is the Progen Tyrus. Modeled after the storied McLaren F1 Longtail, the Tyrus is a true race car through and through. From its startup sound, the wail of its engine at full tilt, down to the interior, there is never a doubt that you're driving a race car. And while it is 1 mile per hour quicker in top speed than the RE7B, it goes around the track 2 seconds slower because it doesn't have the same mind-bending traction as the RE7B. Don't get me wrong, the Tyrus still has more traction than any other supercar before Cunning Stunts, it just doesn't quite match the RE7B. Still, the Tyrus is my favorite of the 3 new supercars and, sitting next to my T20, looks perfect in what I hope will be a growing Progen collection. So there you go, 11 vehicles worth roughly $14.7 million in this update of my 99 car, $65 million garage tour. As promised at the outset of this video, you're now looking at a quick screen capture from all of my garages via the Manage Vehicles screen. Many of my garages have undergone extensive reorganization, so I figured I'd show you how I have my collection arranged and give you a quick peek at all 99 vehicles that I own. Remember to drop a like if you enjoyed this video and this series. And don't forget to look for new GTA Online Garage Tour videos as I get new cars, as well as a special video that will feature my Pegasus vehicles. Don't forget that you can have your garages featured in a video on my channel by simply sending a tweet at Brandon72Mo and including the hashtag GarageTour. You can also check out all of the videos in my 99 car, $65 million garage tour playlist. Be sure to subscribe if you haven't already, and don't forget to follow me on social media, Brandon72Mo on both Twitter and Facebook. And come hang out with me at the Vainglorious community at btyb.freeforums.net. I'm Brandon72Mo, and I'll see you in the next video.